scourge of the land. So here's to the crew of the mischief's pride, the wild seas their playground, the plunder their guide. Raise your cups high to Wilhelm and his kin, the kings of the shackles where legends begin. Yo-ho, the seas will quake for the maiden sails, and the tides will break. With blades and glory and treasure in hand, they rule the waves, the scourge of the land. Oh, gather ye round, and I'll spin ye a tale of the mischief's maiden and her crew who prevail. With sails kissed by fury and a thirst for the fight, they carve through the shackles by day and by night. At the helm stands the captain, bold Wilhelm by name. Cokenstache the terror with a gun full of flame. He took the maiden in a mutiny's roar, a ship of betrayal, now legend and lore. Yo-ho, the seas will quake for the maiden's sails, and the tides will break. With blades and glory and treasure in hand, they rule the waves, the scourge of the land. By his side his first mate gears, a goblin so sly, with a mind full of madness and a glint in his eye. He's rigged up the cannons with a devilish grin, and laughs as the powder sparks battle to begin. Then there's Lucky Goldentail, a healer so keen, a dog with a heart bigger than you've ever seen. With potions and laughter he mends every scar, but steals every peg leg from the fallen in war. Yo-ho, the seas will quake for the maiden's sails, and the tides will break. With blades and glory and treasure in hand, they rule the waves, the scourge of the land. Now Jupiter Blackblade, a swordsman supreme, with reflexes sharp and a blade like a dream. A cat cloaked in shadows, his strike swift and true. No enemy stands when Jupiter's in view. Through tempests and gales, through battles so grim, the maiden's crew sings as they claim every win. From Kraken's deep maw to rival king's fleets, the legend grows louder with every defeat. From the Isle of Whispers to Blood Cove's black shore, they've plundered and battled, left legends in store. The Hurricane King, he watches with dread, for Wilhelm's red sails bring the promise of dread. The maiden's guns roared in the siege of the spire, and gears lit the fuse that set the sky fire. While Jupiter struck down 10 men with one blade, Lucky laughed as their foes' peg legs were filleted. Yo-ho, the seas will quake for the maiden's sails, and the tides will break. With blades and glory and treasure in hand, they rule the waves, the scourge of the land. So here's to the crew of the mischief's pride, the wild seas their playground, the plunder their guide. Raise your cups high to Wilhelm and his kin, the kings of the shackles where legends begin. Yo-ho, the seas will quake for the maiden's sails, and the tides will break. With blades and glory and treasure in hand, they rule the waves, the scourge of the land. Round, and I'll spin ye a tale of the mischief's maiden and her crew who prevail. With sails kissed by fury and a thirst for the fight, They carve through the shackles by day and by night. At the helm stands the captain, bold Wilhelm by name. Cokenstache the terror with a gun full of flame. He took the maiden in a mutiny's roar, a ship of betrayal, now legend and lore. Yo-ho, the seas will quake, for the maiden sails and the tides will break. With blades and glory and treasure in hand, they rule the waves, the scourge of the land. By his side his first mate gears, a goblin so sly, with a mind full of madness and a glint in his eye. He's rigged up the cannons with a devilish grin, and laughs as the powder sparks battle to begin. Then there's Lucky Goldentail, a healer so keen, a dog with a heart bigger than you've ever seen. With potions and laughter he mends every scar, but steals every peg leg from the fallen in war. Yo-ho, the seas will quake, for the maiden sails and the tides will break. With blades and glory and treasure in hand, they rule the waves, the scourge of the land. Now Jupiter Blackblade, a swordsman supreme, with reflexes sharp and a blade like a dream. A cat cloaked in shadows, his strike swift and true. No enemy stands when Jupiter's in view. Through tempests and gales, through battles so grim, the maiden's crew sings as they claim every win. From Kraken's deep maw to rival king's fleets, the legend grows louder with every defeat. From the Isle of Whispers to Blood Cove's black shore, they've plundered and battled, left legends in store. The Hurricane King, he watches with dread, for Wilhelm's red sails bring the promise of dread. The maiden's guns roared in the siege of the spire, and gears lit the fuse that set the sky fire. While Jupiter struck down 10 men with one blade, Lucky laughed as their foes' peg legs were filled. Yo-ho, the seas will quake, for the maiden sails and the tides will break. With blades and glory and treasure in hand, they rule the waves, the scourge of the land. So here's to the crew of the Mischief's pride, the wild seas their playground, the plunder their guide. Raise your cups high to Wilhelm and his kin, the kings of the shackles where legends begin. Yo-ho, the seas will quake, for the maiden sails and the tides will break. With blades and glory and treasure in hand, they rule the waves, the sky.
And we broke everything. No, hello, and welcome to Tuesday Night Smoke&barrel, where these guys play types of pirates and try to do piratey things. But yeah, so it's a lot of fun. And before we get to what was going on last time and kind of where we ended the session, let's go around here and see how everybody is doing this evening. And, Mega, I feel like you're in rare form for the last couple weeks. So how are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm on a little bit of a caffeine buzz right now, and I've got gears fully upgraded for combat. I am ready to lay the smackdown WWF style on somebody's ass tonight.
And we're going back to the good old days of WWF, and we're
WWF,
dropping
baby.
the E.
I'm not talking about no World Wildlife Federation neither. I'm talking about WWF. Raw is war. Woo,
Right.
Mean
I like
Gene.
it. I like it. We'll see if you get a chance to do that this evening. I know
I'll fucking make it happen.
definitely.
Don't you worry.
Well, I was gonna say, I will tell you right now, there is a big fight. Maybe not this episode, but within the next episode or two, there's a big fight coming. So
It's fine.
definitely see some Smackdowns coming soon.
I'm a peace-loving goblin robot pirate.
But speaking of the big time, Moss, how are you?
I'm doing good. Still boomering up all the tech because I don't know what I'm doing and I'm an idiot. But we'll get that figured out. In the meantime, yeah. But other than that, I'm Daddy's a little tired tonight, guys. I don't have any caffeine. I've already had a bunch of caffeine today, and I guess I could go get some more, but I don't know. Anyway, yes, I'm good. I'm here, and I'm ready to get some pirating done.
Nice. Well, that's good to hear, and maybe you'll wake up midway through this. We'll get you a second wind, so to speak.
Perhaps I should take
Speaking-
a what you call it, a level in fighter or something. Get something like that.
I got an ad the other day. I don't know if you've
Did
tried
you
them. I
level up?
want to buy them. No, not yet. Shortly,
Alright.
probably soon. The tea-based pouches, like the caffeine dip pouches that they have out there, that are all like white
Oh.
tea. They're supposed to be like 150 milligrams of
Yes.
caffeine in
Like
each
the-
pouch,
Are they like Zen pouches?
but they're not. There's no nicotine or anything in them. They're like caffeine pouches.
What?
Yeah, I've thought about it just because I'm like, sometimes coffee is just too much.
Huh. Interesting.
I've never heard of such a
No.
thing.
Yeah, but I never. That's not a thing.
I'll find them
man.
and I'll link them. It is a
Why don't
thing.
you just drink water
prove
while
'em.
you're at it? Jeez.
But
I'm
speaking of somebody who probably drinks water and makes a huge mess while he's doing so, Biggles, how are you?
I forgot to refill my water.
I
I
That's
got
a bad
distracted.
boy.
I got distracted. But yeah, I've been packing and moving boxes and fucking shit sucks. But I'm here to play Pirates. I got to play a little bit of Cold Steel today, so I'm happy. And
Nice.
let's go fuck some shit up. And then second I get to run downstairs, I'll refill my water.
Nice. And then last but never least, JT, how are you?
I am fantastic, gentlemen. How are you this evening?
Absolutely spectacular.
Doing pretty good. Excited to see where you guys are off to on your next piratey adventure here. But yeah, no, I'm happy to be here and excited to see what's going on here. But before we jump into all of that stuff, we did get some fan art from Sassy Witch last week. So we'll go ahead and give you guys an extra doubloon for that, plus the doubloon for just being here in today's
Also
session.
think
So
for the
go ahead
video
and
I
add
made,
to-
we should get a
Yeah.
doubloon.
What?
I mean, I don't want
That
to
counts as
give
fan
you
art.
guys stuff when you. It
That
is,
was-
but you're also playing it.
That was not just a small little mid-journey picture. That was a whole production video.
I mean, that's true.
It
I
was
mean,
kind of sexy.
I did voiceovers, I did multiple scenes, I did transitions, I did music.
All
I
right,
did
I'll give you one more for that, but Mega gets no more for his fan art. As you are part of the group.
Besides,
So-
nobody transitions like Mega.
I just worked really hard on that, and I just wanted to get a point. That's all.
So it'll be 3 for fan art and 2 for fan art and 1 for the regular session, which should bring you guys
Hell
up
yeah.
to having at least a few, since I've seen some burned over the last couple episodes.
Oh yeah, I think I got
So-
down to 0.
Yeah,
went out.
I think we all went to 0 except maybe JT.
I think I saved one.
Yeah, I think there was before today. I think there was like only 1 or 2 floating in the party itself, which is fine. You got to use them. And remember, folks out there in chat viewer land, !support will bring up that link to send us some doubloons and help the channel out itself. But you know, if that's not your fancy, go ahead and just make sure you're liking and commenting on all of our videos and helping us get through the algorithm so we can get more faces on our stuff. Which I feel like we're seeing this, like, it's slow, but it's like a slow, steady growth. I feel
Yeah.
like every couple weeks we all of a sudden have 10 or 15 more subscribers.
It's
You
the
know,
same
we'll
on
get
my
one or
channel lately. It's
two,
little
and
bursts.
then it's like these little bursts, which is cool. We just have to lock on what we did for the algorithm to get that a little bit going. But yeah, so last time we played, you guys survived the party at the free Captain Bedou's manor. And a few things happened that time. He announced his retirement from at least being a free captain. What that means, you guys don't know, but it is something he announced. And there were a couple people who were. You met Tessa Fairwind, who is a free captain, and you met a couple possible prospects for free captain positions on the Captain's Council. And you learned a little bit about what a free captain is, and it is kind of, to say the most trusted pirates, you know, would be a bad way to put it, but it really is. It is pirates who have proven themselves to the Hurricane King and have gotten vouched for by other free captains and were allowed to join kind of the pirate council, who, you know, they govern the shackles. They are the ones who make laws or settle disputes and things like that. So they are very important, and it is, you know, depending on how high you want to rise in the ranks in the shackles, something you may want to figure out how to become eventually. You did some pirating. A couple of you stole some things from Badoo, and it didn't seem to go unnoticed, but also not. You didn't get punished or anything for that. It seems that whatever the test was, or, you know, whatever level of piracy they allowed, you went over that level. So you were an exemplary pirate at this pirate's house, set off some fireworks, had a good time, and got invited the next day to a luncheon from Captain Badeau. And then that's kind of where we left off. You guys made it through the night and the day, went back to the ship, kind of gave everybody a lowdown. And that's where we sort of pick up early morning of that next day, kind of after the end of the party.
I would like to go to the captain. Captain.
Yar! Oh, you scared me.
Sorry, Captain. I have, and I do a magic trick and pull out a card. And I said, I have 2 cards left. One I gave to Tessa. These are made by my brother, Spot Goldentail. If anything were to ever happen to me, use this card to contact him. And then 2, if I gave one to Tessa, she will be able to contact us no matter how far away we are, and you'll be able to hear it with this card.
Lucky, how came you? I didn't even know you had a brother.
Yes, I have 7 other brothers and sisters.
Pardon my flabbergastion from what you just told me, but how came you by these cards?
My brother makes them.
And real quick, so I just have for my notes, because we talked about the cards, but I don't remember us putting what card it was. Are these going to be like regular playing cards? Is each one a different face? If you know what you want, let me know now.
It has a picture of Lucky on them.
Okay, so they're like actual lucky cards. Got it.
1, 2, or 3, and like 1 is the one that is mine. 3 is the one I just gave to Tessa, and 2 is the one that I just gave to Captain Wilhelm.
Gotcha.
Well, Lucky, I can't tell you how touched I am that you might entrust me with such a responsibility.
Well, you are the captain. You know, you are responsible for the ship.
Hey, thank you, Lucky. I'll be sure to do the right thing should something unfortunately happen to you.
I don't plan on dying anytime soon, Captain.
And I don't plan on letting you. I've got too much use for you.
Thank you, Captain. I've never been used before.
Well, you get used to it after a while.
Stay on a pirate ship long enough and you'll be used. Don't worry.
Oh, First Mate Gears, when did you get here?
I'm talking in your head as a subconscious. That's all.
Captain, did you know Gears could get inside your head?
I'm sorry.
Tell him to get out.
Gears,
Tell him
the
he has
captain
to
says
stay
to
out of my
get
head."
out of my head.
All right. See you later.
Jupiter and Gears, is there anything you are doing kind of the early morning as you guys are, probably still somewhat drunk getting back to the ship?
As long as I had time to hit up my vendors and do a little bit of trading and selling, nothing
Oh, hell,
really
I forgot
beyond
to
that.
do all that stuff.
Kind of laying low.
I have a hangover. I'm staying in bed.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
I be a low maintenance goblin. I might go for a swim in the bay in my shark form for some fun.
So who is then all going to this lunch you've been invited to?
I'm going.
I'm going.
Never miss a lunch.
I'm going, but there's a secret part inside of me that hopes that it's canceled.
Well, the time arrives and you make your way to the restaurant. It is pretty much what you think, is extravagant as Beto was. This is a extremely fine dining place, but doesn't seem to be a dress code, as you do see pirates and the like about. Really, I would say what you don't see is just kind of the normal sailors of crews. It looks like it is probably captains or officers or noblemen and stuff like that. And you don't see Bedeau, but who you do see is his first mate.
Was that the gnome?
Yeah, the gnome.
Yes, the gnome. And he is sitting there and he sees you. Zus Wibbs is his name. And he waves you over as he has a huge plate of just an assortment of food in front of him and on the table. Enough space for all of you. And he goes, Captain Cokenstache. Hi. Whew, I'm glad you showed. I don't know if I was going to be able to eat all this food by myself, and I already paid for it. They don't do doggy bags here. That's really kind of a strange thing. But
They make
Captain
bags
Bedeau
out of dogs.
couldn't. Some places maybe, but like the little paper bags you get, they call them doggy bags because like after you get home and leave it on your counter for like a day, all you're gonna do is give it to the ducks. But anyway, and he hands you like a scroll with it's got like a wax seal that kind of looks like a tiger's paw, but it has a giant like black stripe through it. It's like a red seal with a black stripe, and you would know that is the colors of the Simiduraj, the captain's ship. And he goes, Captain Bedeau couldn't make it. He sent me instead. He wanted you guys to check out the restaurant. He's weird, really weird like that. But he told me he penned this for you. And then there's this one too, and it's another one, but this one has a golden seal, the same symbol, but this one has a golden seal. And he goes, he wants you to read the red one first. That's like his like seal that he takes with him on the go. When he's got to do things on the fly. That I think explains why he couldn't make it. And then the other one is the one he was going to give you at lunch anyway, or at least that's what he told me. But please have a seat. Lunch is paid for. This place is the best.
Well, don't mind if I do.
Oh, screech the chair out from underneath the table.
Please. My crew sits first.
I just kind of jump and slide into the chair.
And I will sit down after everyone else is seated.
And once everybody is seated, almost magically a human waiter, all black apron, comes up and goes, hello, welcome. Is there anything I can get you?
Everybody's scaring me today. Yes, I'll just have a water for now.
Water. And he looks at the rest of you. Anything in particular?
I'll take some rum in my water.
Watered down rum.
I just want grapes, and I want a woman to feed them to me as I wait.
And he leans in and he goes, the normal food and drink were covered, but the grape lady, and he like kind of like points over to another table, can be around in a couple minutes. An extra 3 gold pieces. She will feed
Oh,
you grapes for about 5 minutes, or
three
until you are
gold.
full,
Ah,
I
let me.
guess.
That's a
I
cheap date.
pull out my sack and turn it over, and some dust falls out. Ah, no grape lady for me today, I guess.
Don't worry,
Yes.
Gears. I got you.
Oh, he's the best captain in the world, I tell you.
And he kind of nods, and to you, sir, and he looks at you, Jupiter,
Who does?
the waiter.
Oh.
Anything to drink?
Hair of the dog that bit me.
You want my hair?
Alcohol. Oh, jeez.
I
yes,
pluck a piece of hair and give it to Jupiter.
The hair of the dog.
Pretty good.
I
Yeah.
certainly
And he
hope
kind
you
of,
don't die horribly, dog.
and the waiter nods at you, and as quickly as he appeared, he is gone. And Zus looks at all of you and says, "Right. So how'd you guys like the party?"
It was good. We're going to have to do a rematch.
I'm still
Yes.
feeling it.
Yes, well, I'll tell you, that was more of a tamer event that we've had at that manor. Normally there's 1 or 2 people dying, but it seemed everybody was in a friendly agreement, which is nice sometimes. The fireworks, Captain Cokenstache, were excellent.
Why, thank you. It's actually my first time making them.
Oh, well, those were some of the best I've seen.
Perhaps I have a retirement gig, but not for several years. Perhaps after I lose my other leg.
Huh. All right, and he kind of like continues to eat, and your drinks arrive. A couple minutes later, a lady shows up. Not, she's probably a solid 6 or a 7, but is very well educated in etiquette and things like that. And Gears is a little confused as to why a robot man wants to be fed grapes, but she doesn't seem to voice that or anything like that. She just starts feeding you grapes.
Come on. I shift into my hybrid shark form.
Oh my, yeah, and yeah. As long as you're not eating anybody,
Feed the
she will-
shark, my lady. Feed the shark.
All right. Well, I guess I'll take like just a butter knife and I'll inch towards the seal on the red seal, and I'll look at Zus and I'll just be like,
Is it proper for me to open this here?
Yeah. It's free. I mean, that's his why he couldn't make it. On the other one, I guess it's up to you. I think it's. I don't know what's in the other one.
all right, I'll open it up and read it.
Yeah, and so in a very, very nice handwriting, probably some of the best you've ever seen, it says, "My dearest Captain Wilhelm Cokenstache, I am most sorry that I could not attend this luncheon with you and your officers, but life of a pirate never settles. Since I have announced my retirement formally, and I have been inundated with requests that I have to attend to, with all the wish-wash of the politics and such those things. I have left this other note with my first mate, and it is, I ask of a favor of you. Within you will find some treasure that I was not able to decipher." Sorry, the dogs were kicking the door open. And with your acumen for weaponry and crafting, as I saw last night, I think that you may be the one to help me find this answer that I am searching for. Once you have, you may come to the manor here or join me wherever the Semadora is at the time, and we can share a glass of the finest wine and talk about your discovery. I will pay you, depending on how well the discovery goes, but know that, at least for some information, I will make it worth your while. If you would like to take this job, favor, request, what have you want to call it, please let Zus know, and he will get back to me. And whatever may happen, May Besmara bless your sails.
Well, gents, it seems as though the good captain has a job for us. I don't know that this letter doesn't know the details, and
I'll pass it around so everybody else can read it.
but it seems as though we're on the hunt for some information about some treasure.
I like treasure, Captain. I say we go hunt it.
I too like treasure.
Treasure's good.
Yes, I gotta tell you, the land is getting a little too stable for me. I long for the winds and the rocking of the boat. Well, I suppose there's nothing for it.
And I'll open up the golden seal as well.
Well, from
Yeah,
everything I've
you-
heard, Captain, you are quite the boat rocker.
You know, I've had my stint or two.
And as you're looking at this other scroll, the paper feels different. It feels thicker. It feels almost where, in this time, linen paper might be a thing. So the other one feels like the commonly used paper nowadays, where this one feels like an old, maybe leather of an animal or something like that is penned on. And you open it, and instantly you can tell this is ancient, maybe. And the language, if you could roll me a society check.
Most surely I can. Let's see. Where is society? There you are. Boop. Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
doubloon that immediately.
All right.
Boop.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
There's a 31 in the chat. For some reason,
yeah.
is everybody else's rolls like showing up, or is the tray full
I-
for everybody else, or did it empty out?
It got emptied.
Oh,
Okay.
I emptied the chat. Sorry.
Okay. I'm just making sure. So I rolled a 31 for the stream because you probably can't see it
Yeah.
on the stream.
Yeah, you are checking this thing out, and you notice instantly this is some sort of schematics. You think maybe for a weapon, but the problem is that the language that this is using is maybe an old version of Chilaxian, because there's almost 2 or 3 languages that this is written in. It's kind of like a Chilaxian / demonic Spanglish, so to
I was
speak.
just chillaxing last night.
Not that good
And
here.
so you don't speak any languages from the hells, nor do you speak Chilaxian, so you don't not quite sure how it's read, but you can tell that it is a mixture of a few different languages, and that it is some sort of weapon schematic, you think.
Might any landlubbers speak either Chilaxian or some sort of demonic language?
Zuss will look up and he goes,
no.
I speak some Chilaxian.
I'll slide it over across the table at him.
I can always try to interpret it, but it's a 50-50 chance if I get it right.
And he squinches his eyes and kind of makes some weird facial expressions. And he goes, well, not much of a history buff, but there's only a couple words that are, I don't know, Chilaxian now, I guess. It seems like it's an old language. He's like, this here, and he points out like a sentence. He's like, this thing is, whatever this is huge. This right here is saying that it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like bigger than a ballista. From what I understand, how this translates, is a possible weapon.
Aye, that's what I gleaned from the schematics, but I can't read anything it says. What would the captain be doing with some sort of a weapon like that?
Well,
Especially
I
given his
mean,
retirement.
yeah. Well, I mean, if this is a weapon or anything that might be useful, you could always manufacture and sell. But I think he found this in that last treasure that he found. It was a weird. I know he talked about it a little bit, but he put a little bit of flair on it. I'll tell you guys that what we found was a ship. We found a ship in the jungle, but it wasn't just any ship. It was a stone ship. But we think if you could have gotten it, out of the jungle and into the ocean, it probably would have floated.
Interesting.
Sounds
Yeah, so we just took all the treasure off it. I think this might have been part of it.
Stone ship that floats. Very interesting.
Okay,
It
sorry,
defies all
I'm
the
just
laws
taking
of
notes.
piracy. I
No,
know.
you're good. Yeah, I think you'd have to probably find a historian, maybe, or a devil, or a demon, or somebody who spoke any of the languages from the hells, maybe.
Do we know anyone in the crew who might speak something like that?
No.
I don't believe so.
Not me. I don't mess with no devils.
Well, there is Rosie Cuswell.
You calling her a devil?
Well, no, but she cusses real well. I assume that's not too far off from some sort of demonic language. Thus, first mate, thus. Might you know of any sort of historian here in town?
Well, I guess you could probably, say, well, not that I know of. The issue with Port Peril is, it's not really much of an educated place. There's a couple practitioners of magic who might know how to read this, but honestly, he kind of leans in. He goes, all these schmucks around here who say they have big libraries and stuff have probably never actually read any of the books in those libraries. But there is the Mystics Redoubt. It is a public library here in Port Peril. It is on your map here. It's number 4.
Down there at the southern edge of that other isle to the north.
Yeah.
Northeast, northwest.
But I hear their price of membership is kind of high, so you could check there though. They might let you in on like a day pass or something like that.
I wonder, is there some sort of like a check that we could roll to see if maybe we might know of someone in particular in the Shackles that might specialize in something like this?
It would probably be another society. That's kind of your history and stuff like that, or I guess a sailing lore. Either one of those.
All right,
Whoa!
Damn, you are
Another,
nailing it.
I'm getting those
Holy
natural
crap.
20s out of the way.
Damn, Wilhelm.
Yes, let me pull up I pulled up the wrong book here.
And it was the last 20 of the day.
Sorry, I've got I use 4 different supplements for all of this. You think that the best places to look, just because not too long ago, probably about 10, 15 years ago now, the Chilaxian Navy actually attempted to reclaim northern part of the Shackles. So like Drenchport. I'll bring this to the Shackles map real quick. I'm going to show you. And some of the northern ports, and they actually did hold that area for a few years. And the Chilaxians are reported to the higher echelon of merchants and nobles. Normally have a devil or somebody in their like personal court. A lot of them have imps as familiars. Chilaxians are very much known for supposedly. The reason that Chilaxian is the way it is when Asmodeus signed a contract with the other gods. That's kind of how Chilax was established. Was there was some sort of trick to Asmodeus making some sort of contract with the gods, and yeah. So up here, Tempest K, Drenchport, they held for a little while, or like Hell Harbor. Devil's Arches kind of area is supposed to be, there's supposed to be some remnants of Chilaxian civilization up in that area still. You might be able to find some answers.
Well, if my recollections serve me correctly, we could also make our way north to Drenchport or
You say Hell Harbor?
Yeah.
Some remnants of old Chilax up there. Perhaps they hold our answers.
Kind of wish I got the familiar feat now. I could have a little imp. That'd be cool. Maybe next level.
Well, what
Follow
say
your
you,
lead,
boys?
Captain. Follow your lead, Captain. You lead the way.
Well, if we're looking for something from hell, Captain, why not Hell Harbor? Sounds like the place.
Let's do it.
I find myself eager to get back out on the sea anyway, and not set foot in some old stuffy library.
Who needs books anyway?
Agreed. Someone.
Yeah, and if it's true that they make you pay a lot to have membership, it's probably just worth going somewhere else.
Right. Besides, we got to put the boys back to work, make them earn their keep. And girls, you know. There's girls on the team too and everything. We don't want to leave them out.
All right, so
You didn't dream.
I think that's our next course of action. Now, on with the meal.
Yeah. Anything in particular you want to do during the meal, or should we just speed up through all of that for you guys?
Is it a single course?
It's kind of as much as you want. There doesn't seem to necessarily be a limit on the food that comes out.
I'm going to eat as much as I can.
Yeah.
And take one of those doggy bags that aren't made of dog.
Yeah, I'm going to make myself sick on this food because I don't know when I'm going to get it again.
Okay. So you guys all leave this fine establishment kind of walking a little bit slower and feeling a little bit like any rough movement or something you may throw up. But you survived.
Why'd you let me eat that much?
The same reason I ate that much, Captain. It was
The beauty is, Captain, just take out a few
And-
bolts and you can get all the food I ate back. You can have it
As
tomorrow.
you make it back to your ship, Sandra comes up to you, Captain, and goes, "Captain, you know that whatever magic item that your girlfriend gave to you, said that she could communicate with you with or something?
Aye.
That was going off while you were gone. I'm not sure what that means, but it was glowing, and there was a faint hum from it for a little while."
Well, damn, Sandra, when did that go? When did that happen?
Well, I wasn't aware of it until not too long ago. So mean, maybe early this morning. I don't know if you guys had been back from the party yet.
Oh. Oh, for the love of Caden Kalian. All right, I gotta go call my girlfriend back.
I will
Give it
go
to
and
her good, Captain. Keep her in line.
I will go and try to call her back, but she'll probably ignore my call because she thinks I ignored her call.
Right.
The bitches, am I right?
No, you grab this thing and kind of do the activation of the stone, and you hear a swipe, it's like a silent kind of white noise for a second. Then you hear your girlfriend's voice, Captain Cokenstache. It's so nice of you to return my call. I would give you a talking to, but I need you back at Tidewater Rock. We were attacked 2 days ago. And
Oh, go on, darling.
the first night, we held the raiders, I guess, back well. But the second night, they came with more and even made it into the rock. And some of the men are wounded. We lost 2. Sadly, they were the crew you left here with us. And Royster is wounded. And I think we may have routed their attempts, but I suspect we may get attacked again within a few days. We killed about a dozen. It was the Sea Devils. But Royster was saying that he thought he saw a few humans with them orchestrating the attack.
Well, I'm in Port Peril right now. It'll take me a couple of days to get back down. Do you need anything while I'm gone? Tampons, anything?
Yeah, if you can get the purple extra flow heavy set whatever
Losing
ones for me.
respect for you,
Oh,
Captain.
God, darling,
Losing
those contain all
respect.
kinds of heavy metals. No, not that one.
Well, then I guess whichever ones are comparable to those that don't contain all those horrible things.
All right, let me call up my friend RFK.
But yes, please hurry back. If they make another raid, I don't think we can hold Tidewater Rock.
All right, I'll be there as soon as I can. Oh, by the way, I don't know how to say this, but I've grown quite fond of you.
Oh,
Got her.
absence makes the heart grow fonder, eh, Captain?
I suppose there's all kinds of temptations here in the Port of Peril, but I've stayed true.
Well, I will let you know that me and my past husband had an arrangement because I do understand that there are needs when you are out on the sea, and as long as you don't bring anything home, we don't ever have to talk about it.
All right, but you're not allowed to touch anyone.
I wouldn't dare.
Oh, Jupiter, I didn't realize our
Aye.
captain was a simp.
That's
Maybe
a good girl.
we can discuss a mutiny.
Oh, and my biggest red flag is a portable lovemaking machine. That right there, instant divorce.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of having one of those. If I caught one on my ship, I would immediately give it to another member of my crew.
Good to know.
I've been
Give it
called a
the years.
love-making machine. Just saying.
He's just a love machine.
All right, I'll see you soon.
I have a vibrating
Yes,
function.
please hurry.
Maybe we should cut ties with this woman, Captain. This place seems like trouble.
Funny that only our men died, Captain. Something smells off, and I don't mean
Mhm.
her nether regions.
Yes,
Although-
she does have a bit of a heavy flow today. I could tell over the phone.
Can I roll like a sense motive a posthumous sense motive.
Yeah.
It's saying no PC.
Oh, I don't know where your tokens are.
They're all the way down on the
They're
bottom
all the
by
way at the bottom.
Tidewater.
Yeah.
There we are. Sense motive. I don't know why that was pink, but
'Cause
18.
you're using the POV JJ.
I didn't say so, but two of your men died. Royster was wounded, who was her kind of captain of her
Oh,
guard. and
that's right.
She
Wounded
did say
just
that there
enough
were
to
a couple
throw off
other
suspicion.
men were wounded. Now they only had like 4 people. The people you left made up half of the group. So,
Shit.
you're not. I would say it doesn't come off. You don't get that sense that she's leading you into an ambush. We'll say it that way.
Captain, I say we put our foot down. Anyone who fucks with the Mischief Maiden or our property, we kill, and we kill.
I agree. And I tend to think that it gives us a good position on the Southern Sea. Perhaps for our base of operation and future excursions, so to speak. I understand that it puts our business with Captain Badu on hold for a bit, but what little real estate we have, I'm not keen to give up immediately.
I agree, Captain.
What say the rest of you?
You're the
I
boss.
follow your lead, Captain. You know this.
Aye, but I'll not have a crew which disagrees with my decisions and lets it go unsaid.
You're a good
Personally,
Captain,
Captain.
I question your love life a little, but that's neither here nor there.
Personally, Captain, there is no place for love in pirating. And also, to get our name out there, helping the head guy in charge would probably be the best course of action. But I mean, whatever we want, we're going to make money one way or the other.
You bring up a good point. Even still.
Are we? Oh no, we're back on the ship. We're back on the ship.
Yeah.
Is he expecting us to do this job?
Well, we've more or less told First Mate Zeus that that we would take care of this job. Now, the only thing that I can think is that they've been sitting on this for a little while.
Did he
Well,
say how long it had been since that had been taken from that treasure?
He. Let's see. I don't think I said it. So about 2 months now is when they had gotten back to town with all of the treasure.
So they can wait an extra 10 days.
Yeah, it didn't seem like one of there was no it needs to be done right away or anything like that, but just
Captain,
based
can
on his love of your musket.
can I put something out there, Captain?
Aye.
You know, when I first brought up you and let's say our relationship with this island that we have taken control of, all the pirates around seem to think it was a joke that you have hooked up with this woman. I do not know why. I do not know the history of this place. But they seem to not so much look down on it, but think it was kind of foolish. Again, I may have read the room wrong, but that's what it seemed like. I don't.
You know, you bring up a good point. There was one person in particular who said something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it made it sound like she had a habit of
Dying husbands.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. And she keeps control of the place while they die. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Well, how's about this? Why don't we go and do a little bit of reconnaissance first? see
Well,
what's
we're-
going on in there, and if there's anything untoward, trust me, I'm not above putting an end to my relationship. Even though she is my first girlfriend. I'm a pirate now. Damn it. Now that you mention it, I feel as though this whole thing's being a little bit restricting. I'm feeling smothered, you know?
There's no place for relationships on the open sea, Captain. But you are the captain. Usually don't end well. Look at her last husband. Didn't end well for him. Just saying.
Well, be that as it may, I'm still not keen on giving up that land.
Well, we can keep the land, but we'd have to wipe them out if we take it.
Indeed. All right. Well, it is my intention to sail forth towards Tidewater Rock.
But if we do wipe them out, we need to have people to keep it as well.
I agree. Let's see. How many people did we have?
We left like
4.
we left 4 down there,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got several pirate copies on.
We have like
I always forget to go back and change that. I'm always doing other stuff.
we have like 40 on the ship.
Yeah, we've got a.
The question is, Captain, if we do take it and get rid of them, who can we leave it in the hands of that we can trust to keep it? That is the important question.
I know a guy.
Oh,
Sandra and Jack are both probably with you if you guys are kind of having an officers meeting.
Mhm.
And Jack will say, "Well, we could hire some guards here. Or hire some more sailors with the intention to guard. I mean, once they get there, they're not going to go anywhere. They can't go anywhere, and if they want to at least keep making money, they'll stay as long as
Yes,
you give food,
but
some
it is-
alcohol."
It is a secure fortress, and if they wanted to keep us from it, they could do what she did. We need someone who can run the place that we trust.
I know a guy.
You
What's
keep
on your
saying
mind?
that, dog, but you don't spit it out.
I pull out my lucky card
you?
and I contact Spot Goldentail.
So you activate the card, and it, shimmers.
I don't know what
for a
Lucky's
moment.
doing.
I don't know what he's doing, and I don't know who the fuck that is, but we'll
And
trust whoever it is.
in your head, you hear, "Huh. I'm wondering how long it would take you to call me. Are you in trouble?"
Well, we might be losing our base, and we need someone we can trust to hold it down the fort. Would you be interested?
Or are you what fort base? What are you having some sort of pillow
we-
fight with
we-
children and you're losing? What?
I would never lose to children. How dare you, Spot? I was the best of the litter at the pillow fights, but we took over Tidewater Rock. It is ours now.
I had heard somebody had claimed Tidewater Rock.
What did you?
Interesting.
That was us.
So you found your way onto a pirate ship, huh?
Well, I was kind of taken on a pirate ship, and then I met friends, and we now have our own ship.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense. That chain of events sounds more accurate. Yeah.
And,
Okay.
and get this, the guy whose peg leg I stole that night is my captain.
Huh. String theory sometimes seems to play out. But anyway, where are you now? And you said Tidewater Rock. Are you there now, or are you somewhere else?
We're at Port Peril on our way to Tidewater Rock.
I could be there in about 2 weeks. We could. You're not the captain, are you?
No, I just get to fly the boat.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Well, I can meet you guys there in about 2 weeks. I'm just kind of finishing something up here, and we can discuss what you might need from me.
All right, I'll let the captain know. Thanks, Spot.
Yeah.
He sounds like Lucky's cool older brother.
He is the oldest of the litter and the most powerful of all of us.
He was born 2 minutes before everybody else.
And he uses magic, Captain.
You know, Captain, I don't
Sure.
want to cast a shadow of doubt on this dog's brother, but he's not a part of the crew. And we trust him to hold the island for us. Or for you, rather.
That's a good question. What are his qualifications? Has he ever served on a ship before?
Well, he's defeated a whole ship by himself.
What?
Does that count? Yeah. His magic is so strong, he burned down actually a fleet of ships that came
What?
in to attack.
I
Yes.
think you're
These
talking
sound-
out your ass, Lucky.
This sounds like a bunch of horse shit to me, Captain.
It definitely sounds like dog shit is what it is.
Hold
I
on.
know.
I'd like to roll a sense motive on me.
So
on me
would
pirate.
I.
So
So
would
would I,
I.
because that's horse shit.
I don't trust Lucky anymore.
I never did. He's a stupid dog.
I can't deal with all
Uh,
these dogs. There's too many dogs.
Why is he hidden?
Biggles, go ahead and make a.
I don't know why it's secret. I hate that it's secret.
I'll make your guys'. Well, before you roll, there's a drop down you can pick to not have it be secret. I'm gonna have
I don't
you
see the drop
make.
tab.
No, there's no drop down.
There's no drop tab.
Oh, really? You rolled
And
C.
there's one for
Oh,
me.
yes, there is. I lied.
Where is it at? I don't see it.
You have to
It's
click
on
it
there
first.
when you
It
click
says
it.
roll mode, private GM roll.
You have to click it first.
Yeah.
What
I'm
am
not
I
seeing
rolling?
that.
Lucky, do a deception, but make it a private roll.
Only got a 19. God damn.
I got to 28.
What'd you roll? 8 times?
I wasn't being
Well, my
deceptive.
first roll is a 28. The others are me
Yeah,
trying to
if
figure
you
out the damn
if you
code.
want to use a doubloon, you can on that one. But if you also don't care,
I definitely want to roll a doubloon on that. F that. Mine stunk.
yeah, go for it. Let me get rid of some of these test rolls from Gears here.
I have too much of a plus not to fucking re-roll. All right, I got 31. Much
Did you
better.
go with my first
Yeah,
roll? That's one.
you could tell that he is definitely exaggerating on his brother's escapades. Now, I guess how would you be exaggerating? Like 31's pretty high. I feel like that's critical success. So I
Well-
feel like Jupiter has a good read on maybe what you meant and what you exaggerated.
Instead of 3 ships, you know the rule of 3. Well, you times everything by 3, right? So he only destroyed 1 ship, not 3.
Captain, I know you trust this dog implicitly, but he's full of shit.
Yes,
I don't usually agree with pussy, but today I believe I do.
at the risk of sounding
What he knows best.
a little bit too punny, it's a little bit far-fetched there, Lucky.
All right, Captain. It was 1 ship. He burned it to the ground in the water, but that's about it.
That's still not any kind of level of trust, especially since you lied to us.
I tell you what,
Why?
where is he?
I was hyperbolic. Where is he? He's finishing up some things, and he'll be here in 2 weeks.
You don't look cold.
But where is he?
Hold on. Call back. Calling back on the card.
What? I'm in the middle of stuff.
Sorry,
No, Cole, that's how hyperventilate. You got that wrong.
the captain asked, "Where are you?"
Hypothermia.
Well, I'm nowhere near the shackles at the moment. That's
No
why it's
way.
going to take me a little bit of time to get to you. I'm actually on a study right now of the mating patterns of certain animals and beasts and magical creatures. And we're about to finish up here. Well, they're about to finish up here. But the study will clear up here shortly, and I can get teleported to the shackles fairly quickly.
He's watching animals beg, Captain.
This is
Is this really?
this reminds me of the did you guys watch Silicon Valley?
Yeah.
They're just standing there. They're just standing there talking to those two horses are just fucking right in the background, like it's no big deal.
Captain, what if Rosie holds the island for us?
You
I
know,
mean, I
she
don't
was the
trust
first
this
one who
dog.
came to mind originally.
Yeah, I don't trust this dog, and we need Sandra to heal us, and she's very useful and usually in battle. But Rosie usually stays on the ship. I mean, she
Oh,
could
no,
run
I
the place.
was thinking of Sandra.
No, you
first.
don't want to get rid of Sandra,
Mm.
but we do trust her.
Mm.
Rosie's just as trustworthy. She just never spilled as much blood with us.
You know, I haven't really talked to Rosie a whole lot.
She cusses.
Sandra will pipe up and be like, "Yeah, Rosie she's good on the water, but I think she is her land legs, so to speak. I think are better suited. I mean, I would say a few things for Rosie that could be something she'd be amenable to, or leaving her at Port Peril for a while to gather more crew for you, or spread your name, spread your infamy. Those would probably be. I would hate to lose my friend, but that's kind of where her skill set is.
Hmm.
How many plunder do we have?
Probably like 7, 6 maybe.
I'm looking.
I could raise a bunch of undead to guard something. That's for sure.
We have 10 plunder.
Still?
Yeah.
I thought we had to pay the crew and give Gears another
You guys
1,000
had like
before we left.
13.
No,
You
Gears
had
got
like
300.
13 or 14.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Mm.
You know, you raise a good point. Perhaps we could leave Rosie here and have her send some folks down there. Offer them a reward of a plunder.
That's right. We stole a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
I think giving Rosie a plunder to divvy out amongst whoever she hires is probably the best way. You know, if you give some of these scoundrels money, too much money too quickly, they're just going to take it and run.
Hmm. Indeed.
But with a plunder, honestly, you know, Rosie could probably buy a small ship, not a seafaring ship, but maybe a small schooner or one mast ship to travel back and forth between Tidewater Rock and Port Peril or any of the other closer ports. I mean, I think
Get you a new hat. Call you Commodore.
Commodore.
I don't know if a small one mast vessel would.
Oh, you shut it,
That
God.
We have a shark.
You could
Yeah.
definitely get to Quent. Quent is and that is where Tessa Fairwind's port is, and that is right sort of north of Tidewater Rock, the northern tip of Motaku Island. Between Port Peril and there, she'd be able to keep Tidewater Rock supplied and probably an interchange of guards and stuff like that for a
Yes.
while.
What if we made a pact with Tessa to keep the island safe since we're short on people?
Hmm.
She seemed trustworthy as much as any pirate.
And
Now, to backtrack a little bit, would you guys have headed out to port while you're discussing the plans? Because no matter what, Tidewater Rock is being attacked by something.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
indeed.
yeah. We're in port.
Just to kind of speed up time, we'll say you guys are kind of having this planning session
Mhm.
while you're traveling,
Mhm.
because it'll take you about. It's pretty much a straight shot, so it's probably about 2 days from Port Peril with the winds and the size of your ship, how quickly it moves.
Did you
All
ask
right.
her how long they could hold out for, Ken?
Oh no, I didn't. She did say that the invaders had made it inside, and my guess, based on what she was saying, another attack might come soon, and they might not last it. So let me tell you what my intention is. at this moment, and with everything that we've discussed, it sounds to me like perhaps we could take Rosie, send her, perhaps make a deal with Tessa to take her to Quint. Give her a plunder to deal with and barter. We
Who's
go
Quint?
down and we help Tidewater Rock fend off the raiders, and then Rosie comes down with whatever crew she hires to reinforce the area.
Who's Quint?
That's the port that
It's the
Tessa's
port.
from.
Yeah.
You know the girl you spent all night flirting with?
Oh,
No, that's Tessa. Who's Quint?
Quint
is
is
where
the
she
port
No,
she's
Quint is
out
the-
of.
Is the port, is her port, home port.
oh, that's a stupid name for a port.
Reminds me of a card game I used to play.
Yes,
Hmm.
I do play that game.
So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Have Rosie go gather reinforcements in Quint, and have her reinforce us at Tidewater Rock after we fend off the raiders.
Well, I mean, we would need Tessa's okay first.
Yes. You said, Lucky, you gave her one of those cards, yeah?
Yeah, but the card I gave her, she can only contact us.
Shit.
Do we see Tessa's ship out here anywhere?
Go ahead and make me a perception check. Didn't want to.
Ooh,
Oh, he did it again.
Golly.
she'd be a sexy pirate.
I do like her.
Did it show up in the Discord?
Fucking nuts, man. The amount of 20s.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
You're running the game on your computer now. You got some sort of cheat code. I'm on to you.
Hold on, everybody's. Damn, Captain.
I'm full of them today.
Sorry, my forge is taking a minute. So with that perception, yes, you see the luck of the draw, and it is not too far from you, although it is in a you can tell a nicer area of the port. It looks like probably where the free captains, for the most part, park their ships. Because as you see it, you also see the Scimitar and a few other ships that the names you recognize as being somebody of import. But yeah, you do see the luck of the draw.
Hmm.
I'll get out my overly long spyglass and look on the deck of the ship. Is Tessa on board?
Yeah, you do. You hold it there for a minute or two, and you do see Tessa sort of make her way across, and seems to be shouting some orders as she makes her way into the captain's quarters.
All right, captain to captain, I'm going to go over there and attempt to parley with her.
Mm-mm.
Jupiter, would you like to come with me?
Ah, certainly, Captain. It'd be nice to see her again. Maybe my presence will help.
Aye. And the rest of you can come along as well.
And I don't know how much of that you want to role play out, but I just want to ask her if I can leave Rosie with her. And I'll have I'll have Sandra also kind of relay what the plan is to Rosie. That way she knows what's going on and isn't all of a sudden on a random ship. But yeah, I want to go over there and try to talk to Tessa and see if she'll take Rosie back with her to Quint.
Yeah, and you call Rosie in to kind of ask her if this, and she agrees. She is totally down to spread the infamy of the mischiefs made in Captain Cokenstache. She does ask, however, if Conchabar, she knows that maybe losing another person of the crew might be kind of daunting or might not be okay, but Conchabar she would like to take with her as they have grown close, and he is a little bit of a better storyteller than she is, but she knows her stuff, where he kind of has the gift of gab.
I was actually going to suggest that, but I forgot his name. They're like a pair, those two, aren't they?
Well, he sort of dawdles on me like the dog dawdles on the captain, but it is nice to have somebody you can trust in an endeavor like this, and I think I can trust Conchabar, as annoying as he is sometimes.
All right,
And
take him with
to
you.
be honest with you, the sailor's life is not for him.
He can't be more annoying than the dog.
And, I always thought he was a bit limp-wristed, but, to each his own, I suppose. You can take it with you if you'd like.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Captain. And of course, I would gladly do this. And you said it was Tessa Fairwind, is the captain we're going to be sailing with?
Yar.
I have heard of her. She is somewhat well known. There are some rumors saying that she will be the next Hurricane King. Well, I guess Hurricane Queen, maybe,
Oh,
if Kurdak were ever to his reign was ever to end.
Hmm. Well, if luck is with her, then perhaps that's the truth. It'd be good for you to get in good with her, then, wouldn't it?
It might do us all well.
Aye. I like the way you think there, Rosie. You've got a good head on your shoulders.
Of course, Captain. Just let me know when we leave. I'll start packing, and I'll tell Conchabar he's coming with me.
Aye. I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Perfect. And then you guys sent over to the luck of the draw.
Mm-hmm.
And you are stopped by the quartermaster of her ship, another half elf. Seems to be younger. But hello. Can I help you?
Aye, Captain Wilhelm Cokenstache of the Mischief's Maiden. I'm here to request a parley with Tessa Fairwind. We attended a party at Captain Badoo's residence the night before.
You didn't address her as captain.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. Let me.
What'd you say there, Lucky? What'd you say?
You forgot to call her Captain Tessa.
Oh, Captain Tessa Fairwind. Yes, titles. I'm not good with those yet.
That's fine. She sort of hates titles, to be honest with you. And I mean, if you didn't even think of a title, you at least have spoken to her. Let me just go check with the captain. And he runs off for a second. You could tell that this ship is a well-oiled machine. I mean, there is just work happening, and everything is happening to the most perfect order that you could possibly imagine. A couple moments later, dressed very much like that photo that I put in chat, Tessa comes out of the captain's quarters and goes, "Ah, well, if it isn't the good boy and his captain, along with, was it Gears, right?"
yes, Gears. That's right. Assassin, we
Captain?
Oh, we lost the DM.
Oh, no.
He must have saw those pictures Jim
Arr,
posted and had to take a break.
Well, I suppose I'm the DM now. Tessa Fairwind, she disrobes right in front of us.
I have 7 speeds, my lady. Do you want fast or slow?
Son of a bitch. Am I still on stream? Because I know sometimes
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Appear to be.
I lost my background though. That's a bummer. It's all right. And then she looks at you, Jupiter, and goes, "Blackblade, it is good to see you again.
Good to see you, Captain.
What do I owe the pleasure of this wonderful visit? Come to wish me off on my travels?
Aye, where might you be going?
Probably home to Gwent for a bit, and then off to Pirate."
Ah, oh, perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Say, I have a small request that I
Proposition.
might make of you. A proposition, as it were. Yes, thank you.
Okay. I'm listening.
I'm wondering if we might be able to house a couple of our own crew on your ship to take back to Quint.
Are we smuggling, or do you just have some business in Quint that You just need a few of your own to take care of.
Call it the latter. Consider them guests. But also, you're more than welcome to put them to work if you'd like.
How many exactly do you need? room
Only a
for?
pair of them.
Well, just 2. She kind of eyes you up and down for a moment. Says, "You know what, Captain? I could do that for you. It's no problem. You and your group here were a lovely lot, and I think really, to be honest with you, Bedeau was kind of boring and exaggerant. The rest of the pirates there were lame, really, all the same. Your crew shows something. I
Pizzazz, I think
like
is the word
it.
you're looking for.
Pizzazz. That's a good word for it. Yeah, pizzazz. So, of course, we will probably be sailing out within the next hour or 2. So, if they can get here, I'm not going to wait for them,
Yes.
but
Aye.
we will make room.
We'll send them with some luggage, and they're going to have a bit of money with them as well. Call it a recruitment mission.
Not the gambling type, are they? I tell you what, my men will smell that gold, and hopefully they can keep their purse.
Hmm. I don't think I've ever seen them gamble. The other one's
Well-
gay, I think.
If they
Uh,
lose all their gold, they'll be lucky to keep their lives.
Aye.
Well, from one pirate captain
Well,
to
I've
another,
seen
I will,
Rosie gamble, but
I will make sure these 2 make it to Quent. After that, I cannot promise much.
I wouldn't expect you to. I expect them to find their way back to us.
Good. Well, then you have a deal, and she puts her hand out.
Give it a nice hearty shake.
Nice. And yeah, she gives a good, a good handshake. And man, are her hands smooth.
Mm.
For
Oh,
somebody
man.
who looks like can be deadly with a sword and a weapon, you don't feel any calluses or any of that.
And man, are my palms clammy after that.
Yeah, well, she's probably not the first set of clammy, gross pirate hands she's shaking. So you're good.
Oh, by the way, I have a girlfriend, Tessa, just so you know. For now.
I think you said that a few times.
Just reiterating.
Yeah, normally I don't say these kinds of things, but you did find yourself in a corner rambling about you having a girlfriend for a few minutes last night, and I just wanted to make sure you are okay.
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. Well, Captain Cokenstache, Jupiter, it's always a pleasure.
Captain,
and
good to see you.
send those 2 over as quickly as they can, and we will be off, and hopefully whatever it is mission you're sending them on will be successful.
Aye. Much appreciated. We owe you one.
That you do, and I will always remember that.
Shit.
You should have made a deal to pay her so we didn't know her, Captain, but it's too late now.
I could have
Yeah,
sworn the
that's
deal
pretty
was
big, so.
to make a deal with her to send people so we joint protect the island together, but what?
Damn. Why didn't you say anything before we started walking off the ship?
I didn't realize you were retarded, Captain. I thought you knew the plan and you had everything under control. That's why you are the captain, right? I'm just stupid pirate.
I have everything under control, but I'm also open to suggestion.
I gave you suggestion. Apparently, you totally forgot it, the whole thing.
Did you say that earlier? Shit.
The whole plan was to go to her and make joint effort to take control of the island with her people, our people, run together.
I don't remember you saying a damn word of that.
I said all of that.
But
You make your way back to the Mischief's Maiden, having your guys as normal types of arguments.
That's why I wanted to see her in the first place. So we could make the deal. Why would we see her? We don't need her otherwise.
You basically said the way you made it sound was, yeah, send Rosie over there, have Rosie get people, and then come back. Is the
No.
way you made it sound.
That's
Rather
Make me
than
drink,
rather
Captain,
than
making me
joining
have to drink.
forces.
Yes, I know you kissed the captain's ass, but you remember what I said, yes?
This fucking pussy ruined everything.
You know, sometimes I didn't like this cat when we first got him aboard, but the more he talks, the more he makes sense to me. I tell you. I
But
think
yeah,
we
you
should
know,
kill and just sort him out later. That's what I think.
there you go.
That was my plan.
So Tessa and Conchbar head out on their mission by the captain. And when do you guys leave Port Peril?
Probably ASAP possible.
Right away.
You see,
Unless the
Captain.
captain has some sort of further plan.
You see, Captain. To gain her favor and have her in a joint effort to hold this island, that gives her more credibility. So when she becomes the boss captain, we get more stature and we elevate as well. That was the plan.
We will kill her before she takes the place, and then we will put.
However, I look at it a different way.
Oh,
She is also a pirate. And if she sees the weakness in our own forces and our own fort, well, she might get a little bit of gumption to take it for herself. And I know that. Well, I don't think that we might be able to stand a chance against her.
That's why it's better to ally with her than give her the opportunity to take it from us.
You underestimate us, Captain. We are the crew of the Mischief's Maiden. We can do anything.
Except follow an easy plan.
Well, you know, I never said we were thinkers.
Well, I'm glad that I'll gesture over to Lucky. I'm glad Lucky is on the same understanding as I was.
Lucky's trying to
Captain,
I have to look at the dog for further understanding, but I'm pretty sure he was on the same level as I was, as far as what you said.
I
You
don't mean to
explained it
disparage
wrong,
what you're
Lucky.
saying, but that is not making your statement any better.
Aye, but it's 2 votes to 2 votes. That's what it
You guys are arguing this, and Iguana kind of catches up to you. Goes, I was trying to catch you, Captain. Do you know if Tessa Fairwind has 7 toes on her? I could not stand for you to be partnered with such a horrible pirate if they were.
There was 8.
You know, I didn't think to ask.
Yes. So
Super,
before
how many
you
toes?
make any, I am going to be on the captain's side. Before you make any plans to ally with somebody, you must check their feet.
Iguana, I don't want to sound, make you feel bad, but weren't you looking for a man with 7 toes?
Well, did we check under her dress?
Nowadays, you never know.
I don't think she's a man, Iguana.
You'd be hiding a serpent down there. You just don't know anymore.
It is true.
I know.
It is
You sure? You might have went in the wrong hole and not realized.
I am very adept at spelling. I know.
Lucky, will you roll me a sailing check? And Captain, will you roll me a D100?
Oh, it was on the 20, you fucking cocksucker. Okay.
Oh boy, a 6. I don't think a 6 is good.
No, a 6 is okay. You guys are a little bit slow, so it is actually going to take you just about 3 days. You guys get a headwind coming up through this channel here.
You know, that's the
just-
biggest understatement I ever heard.
That
we are
just makes it a little bit slower go as you are fighting a wind all the way to Tidewater Rock. But you do make it, and when you arrive there, things, I don't know, might seem worse than you thought. For one of the buildings that was on the farm seems to have been burned down. You don't see any of the livestock, and as you pull the longboat in, the only person who greets you is Lady Smithy and one of your other pirates.
I mean,
who
to
you
be
left
fair,
there.
we burned the building down in our opening salvo.
Yeah. And she sees you and goes, "Oh, thank goodness! I'm glad you are here. We have not seen anything of the raiders, but things have taken a turn for the worst in the evening. I don't know if Royster will make it through the next day. Whatever they attacked with, I think they poisoned their blades.
I want to see
We do
if I
not
can
have."
them.
Yeah, so she takes you up to up to like where the bedrooms are, because Royster does have his own smaller room, and he is, in the middle of going through poison. He's feverish, all that. Go ahead and make me a medicine roll.
I am
have a
an expert in poison, am I not?
I have a treat poison plus 10.
If you would like to aid Lucky,
I just wanted to see if I
Lucky.
can identify it.
yeah, go ahead and roll me. Did you take a lore for poisons or anything like that?
I don't know. That's what I'm going to look at right now.
I'm doubloning.
Probably not, though.
Alright.
I could have sworn I took something from poison. But, I
There.
don't know.
From the 1 to the 20. Wow, nice.
Nah.
Then
think
go
I
ahead and
did.
roll me. Just make this like a rogue check. So go ahead and actually do a thievery.
I do have good survival, though. Thievery?
Or
Same thing.
thievery is survival, yeah. I'd take either of those.
Yeah, I did good.
Nice. Lucky, you get to work right away, and within the hour of you arriving, his fever seems to be breaking, and he seems to kind of be coming out of this feverish state. He is sleeping, but he is sleeping comfortably. He's not kind of mumbling things and sporadic. And Jupiter, the poison, as you're watching Lucky kind of go through the symptoms and figure cures and stuff, you think it's pretty basic poison. It is definitely one that could easily take a life, but it is a slow burn unless ingested. It's more powerful ingested than it is on a weapon. And you can tell that the wound was also just a scrape along his arm. So it wasn't even a deep wound either. And it's one of those ones that, unless it's in the bloodstream quickly, it takes a long time to kill, which could have been what they wanted. He seems to have been in pain for, 4 or 5 days now and has been progressively getting worse.
I don't think they meant to kill this man immediately. Maybe they wanted him to suffer so they would give up or something.
Well, he'll suffer no more.
Yeah, you definitely think that within a day or two, Lucky, that Royster will be conscious and won't be going through the effects of the poison anymore, although he will probably be fatigued and not fighting ready for a while now.
Did you roll a 20, dog?
I did. I rolled a nat 1, doublooned, and got a nat 20.
1 then a 20.
Alrighty. That's a good boy.
I tried, Captain.
But,
Anybody else wounded?
As there are almost everybody here, other than Lady Smee and
When I can make him into a zombie?
they've already gotten rid of the bodies.
Oh, you sons of bitches. That's good quality meat we could have used for zombies.
You're not right.
Skeletons, actually.
Robot
It
Goblin.
would help if I was in the right book, because I got to remember the names of.
Hey, they're crew that don't need to be paid and don't eat or drink the rum. I think it's a win-win.
You really
So,
bordering on
Clue-
this necromancy thing.
Clue was also injured. He was kind of the simpleton cabin boy, so to speak, that was there. And then Bernie and Albers, who are Martis's grandparents, who Martis went on with you guys on the boat, are okay. So it's Lady Smee, Albers, and Bernie were unharmed. Everybody else has some sort of wound, whether it be just a scrape or anything like that. And then 2 of your men have died. So there's a total of fighting people, or people who could fight. There's, from what there was, 6. There is really only like 1 guard and maybe Clue.
How many of
He's
our men
wounded
are
a little
alive?
bit? 2.
Cool.
And Lady Smee tells you what had happened was the first attack was 4 Sahagin, or Sea Devils, I should say, and they easily, fought them back, only having to kill 1 of the Sea Devils until the rest sort of swam away and got out of there. And then the next day, during the day, Clue was helping Albers bring in some sheep. There was a few that they were bringing into the citadel or the fort, and the Sea Devils attacked again, like they had crawled up on land, set the barn on fire, and attacked Clue and Albers. And one of your men went out to save them and pretty much fought 3 Sea Devils off so that Clue and Albers could get back to the fort. He sadly didn't make it, but it gave everybody enough time to kind of put up the defenses, or at least attempt to, as it was about a dozen total that attacked that evening, and 6 of them approached from the water as the other 6 kind of went over the land to cause a distraction. And Albers and Clue got into the fort just in time as they appeared at the front gate, but they could not get the door shut fast enough, and they had to fight them right there. And it was, they pretty much everybody got injured, and one of your other men fell as well.
Mm. Do you know where they came from?
I mean, the Sea Devils are known throughout all of the shackles. They kind of hang in the coastal regions. Attacks like this, I mean, we've fended off smaller raiding parties like the first night, but it seems that they were maybe just a scouting crew for a bigger group, which seemed to have gotten the better of us in that. And I just don't know if they plan on coming back, or there's more of them, or what exactly is happening. And so I'm just thankful you are here.
Mm.
How long ago was it that she said that they were last attacked? Like 4 days?
Yeah, the first attack happened 5 days ago. Then the bigger attack was the next night. So it's been 4 days now since the first, since the big major attack.
Did they come on ships, or were they just because they're Sea Devils on underground or underwater?
They
I
came
guess
all over the place.
they came all over our robot goblin.
It's disgusting. You can't walk down there without. Who tried to set a UV light up in the
The
place? Was
seas
disgusting.
used to be
Like
fresh
a Jackson
water,
Pollock
but they
painting.
filled it with their salt.
Those damn
salty Sea Devils.
Those damn.
We did not see any boats. I mean, the Sea Devils are adept at swimming and all of that. So they came during high tide, and we just did not see them. And we, generally have been left alone for the most part. We were not in place to be able to hold the fort when they attacked the second day.
Mm.
Normally, if it's a ship of any kind, we have enough notice to put up defenses, and we could probably hold a siege for a while, but a sneak attack like that just got the better of us.
All right.
Did you see what direction they came from? I'm wondering if it might be wise for us to kind of scout out the area they came from, if you know where that is. Where they came ashore, I should say.
I think before the fever laid him in bed, Royster thought that he saw followed the ones that attacked the barn from the north of Tidewater Rock. So maybe one of the islands nearby. I haven't really heard of them being this far south, but I don't know. It could be a new colony that's set up somewhere around here.
Well, perhaps we should go and look for signs of them around. Just know that you've got reinforcements coming.
Hopefully.
Yeah. If you guys want to roll me survival, whoever would like to, or everybody can roll me
Captain,
survival.
these
If
people
you're
seem
gonna,
incompetent. I don't know if this is incompetence or sabotage, but I don't know what I think.
Well, it's a good thing we should have some able-bodied people
Son of a
coming
bee.
down to man the place.
Lucky dies.
Survival. Oh, I got a +2 in that roll.
I don't know why I rolled a thievery on accident. Hold on.
Hey, even with a +2.
Hey!
There we go. I feel like Gears,
20s
Wilhelm,
are
and
everywhere.
Jupiter, you very quickly pick up the trail, on the land and around the barn and stuff. But Gears, you actually find something of import. It seems that you can't quite read it, but you do find the remnants of what looks to be a scroll. Probably,
I'm part of a scroll, Captain.
Around an area where it looks like there may have at one point been a dead body. You find like a little blood patch, and you find like kind of tucked in the bushes nearby a little scroll, and it seems to have a couple words on it. The penmanship, I'll roll this over since you rolled a natural 20, seems to be human. You can definitely tell that a human wrote this, but the language, yeah, exactly. The language is unfamiliar to you.
All right, I take it back to the captain. Captain, human wrote this scroll. Words I cannot read, but it's something.
Does
Hidden
the
in the
language
bushes.
does the language look familiar to me?
I'm seeing what languages you speak right now.
Or me.
Because I'm an idiot and chose Russian.
Plus, I have some arcana.
Let's speak.
For the
You know
lore.
what though?
Utopian.
You did pick a language that is considered an ancient language that is hard, which is Islanti, and you can read this. You can read part of this. This seems to be a letter of intent, part of a plan, maybe. Again, it's burnt a bit, and you can't quite make out the full details, but the spot that you have says that you will wait for the thresher. The thresher seems to be a name, but other than that, it doesn't. You're not sure when or what is waiting or who is waiting, but you will wait for the thresher. Is what is penned.
I'll kind of relay that to the group and just say that
It's written in ancient Aslanti. It says something about waiting for the thresher. Does that mean anything to anyone?
Would we know anything about the thresher being around the shackles and in the sea? Like if it's like a ship that's on its way, or if it's like an ancient creature?
A thresher.
Roll me a
Yeah, what can we roll for that?
roll me a society.
Hey,
Damn.
fucking 20s are on fire tonight.
hell
Well,
yeah.
it looked like I rolled something else and then it just jumped to the 20. So it looked like something hit it.
I'll
And
roll
it just
society for the hell
switched.
of it. +2.
I had a +1.
You know what? I'll for Shiggles, I'll Dubloon that. See if I can get a little bit better than a 15.
Nope.
Nope.
You got a 16
Oh, you
now.
got a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit better.
Okay. Well, Lucky, you know there is a boat named the Thresher in the Shackles. Although last you heard of it, it was a scrapper boat. It was one that really the only thing it did was go out to shipwrecks and salvage and scrap. It was kind of known as a junk ship, so to speak. You can't recall. Well, you recall the name of the captain, name of Locke, but that's
The
it.
Lock?
John
Locke.
Locke. He's on an island.
Yeah.
Lock. Okay.
Captain Locke of the Thresher. But that's about it. You know that it is a boat for sure, and you know the captain's name is Locke, but it's a very, you may have ran into it just overhearing somebody.
Captain, I know of a ship called the Thresher by Captain Locke. But as far as I know, all they do is pick up scraps from sunken ships.
What did the note say again?
You will wait for the Thresher.
Hmm.
Says all you got out of it.
Would the name Captain Locke mean anything to me?
No, kind of rolling over the same society check.
Mhm.
Not your best guess is kind of where Lucky got kind of lucky. Remembering the name was in passing or during the one time he was gathering information, and he just overheard somebody talking about a junker.
Hmm. 40 Viking made a great Lost reference. Well done, 40 Viking. Thank you very much. Hmm.
Well, perhaps we should be on high alert for any sales. Make sure there's nothing.
Well, maybe we should talk to somebody here and see what they know about this Thresher.
Agreed.
Yeah. Who are you going to address about the Thresher?
I would assume anybody who's wounded.
Yeah, what was the guy? Not Rudy. What was the guy's name?
There's Clue, the simpleton. Royster is the
Royster.
sergeant arms.
He's
Yeah,
the
by
one.
the morning of the next day, he is up and conscious. He is still a little out of it as he spent a few days under a bad fever. But if you ask him about the Thresher, he doesn't seem to know anything about a junk ship. For a lot of the dealings that they have are ships known to them in the area, and that is not, nor is Captain Locke a name he's familiar with.
Maybe it's how we ask him that we get our answers.
We can ask him with a blade.
I mean,
with
you
fire,
could roll-
with teeth.
you could roll sense motive, but it is pretty obvious this guy is in the toils of getting over a poison, and doesn't really have. You definitely see this. I'll say Jupiter, as you're kind of an expert in this poison ways. He doesn't have the energy to try to lie.
Hmm. What could they want? Who would want this ship? What does this have to do with this situation? What can it have to do with it? I don't think the fish people work for these people, yes?
Not unless they have something that fish people need, or the fish people view them as a god or something. I
mean-
don't know.
The fish people aren't exactly hireable. They're savages, aren't they?
Yeah, but you can manipulate savages. No shiny pearls, or they think you're a god. You do a few magic tricks, and before you know it, they're worshiping you and doing your bidding.
Do you
I've
think
seen it.
anybody who runs a junk ship has the ability to do that?
I do
I don't
magic
know.
tricks.
Yeah, this fucking dog can do magic tricks. Why can't a junker?
Yes. Do you think he could convince anybody of it? Well, he did.
Oh, with that
Captain
tongue,
that
he
his
can
br-
convince people of something. No
that
doubt.
his brother was. Yeah, I see your point.
Yeah, he can heal with a lick. That would convince savages he's magic.
I don't.
Why does there be a religion to Lucky Golden Tail?
Well, I guess
It is
Captain,
who are the ball.
The golden dog, not the golden cat.
the question remains: how long do you stay at Tidewood Rock? Are you going to stay until the first set of Rosie's hirelings arrive to keep Tidewater
Reinforced.
Rock kind of reinforced, or do you leave earlier than that?
Or do we follow the tracks and go kill these fish fuckers?
Yeah, I assume we're going to scout him out
Hmm.
and fucking murder him. Why not?
With your survivor rolls, I'll also add that you definitely follow tracks from both around the beach that the fort is kind of on, where they do a lot of their loading into the fort and kind of getting stuff into the fort, and to kind of the north part of the island. But other than that, they go into the sea. So these guys have swam somewhere else.
What if we lay traps for these fucks? Like when they come on land again, they fall into pits of spikes and things like that to make the people set up traps to kill these fuckers.
Not a bad idea. Set up some environmental hazards. Maybe to discourage them from coming ashore.
Yes. What do these dumb fish fuckers know about land and land traps? Probably nothing.
Do we know them? Do we know sea devils to be relatively intelligent or no?
They
Well,
are
I think-
definitely more intelligent than the Grindelau that you fought, way back when, and Goblin. I would say that they are moderately intelligent. Would they fall for traps and stuff? Probably. There's, if you hide them well enough, for sure. They're
Because
not.
I'm assuming that they can read ancient Aslanti. Unless that note was written to another human, which could also be the case.
Yeah, that is a good question.
We do have a robot shark, Captain. He can scout underwater. I can also breathe underwater, and I'm a paddle shoonie. We're good in the water.
My combat skills extend to the water as well, Captain. I can't hold my breath forever, but I can fight well under the water if need be.
If only we still had Slippy.
Well, unfortunately, my trusty musket here won't work underwater. So if you were all to go, I wouldn't be able to join you.
Captain, can you make your...
I don't know. I could swim.
Captain, could you make your trusty musket work underwater? I know you are a master of craft.
Do I think that maybe that's something I could do?
I thought I had.
Yeah, you think that there might possibly be a way for you
Just remember
to...
also, if we think we know someone who might know something, we do have a truth potion in our stash.
It's interesting that they knew when to come up, that the gates would be open.
I'll ask. God, why do I keep forgetting his name? The
Royster?
Royster, yeah. I'll ask him if he noticed if anybody was noticeably absent.
Yes, who stands the
during the
most to
attack.
gain if this castle falls? That's here.
Well, and he recounts the part in the attack and everything that he took. The first day is pretty simple. Bunch of them ran up, tried to kill people. They killed them, shoot them off. He suspected that it may have been a scouting party, which is why he was trying to get the animals inside the fort. Then they did attack. But he didn't. Everybody was accounted for. He says everybody fought. Would have been to the death if it wasn't for the fact that after they had killed about half of the remaining Sea Devils ran, which is kind of why he thought that they may come back at some point, because that was the same thing they did the first day. But he doesn't suspect anybody here had any ill intention. The only thing he can think of is that if the word that you have become kind of Lord of Tidewater Rock and people know that you are out and about pirating, they may have thought that Tidewater Rock weak. For he tells you that he knows that Sea Devils do trade with humans. It's not rare, and it's the humans and pirates who trade with Sea Devils are generally not ones that even a good pirate would deal with. They're slavers and such like that. So your infamy could have spread, and rumors could have happened, or it is rumors from before you took lordship, and somebody was doing what you did and trying to crack the rock, as they say.
What about those people we put on the island? Were any of them from that ship that we took over? Maybe they are, working against us. Maybe they didn't like being put into service.
Royster will say that when you left, he did a thorough questioning and kind of an investigation into the sailors that you had left, trying to discern loyalties and whether or not. He kind of looks at you, Captain. You had told them to kill us all in the night. I'm glad that my investigation came up that I felt they were trustworthy. They seem to be happy to have their lives and not necessarily be a pirate's life.
Show him the note. Maybe he knows who wrote.
Oh yeah, I'll produce the note.
Hey, Jupiter, how can I? Over here.
That
think we need to
hand
start
is
looking
not
at the
familiar
people
to
who
me.
Survived. How did they survive? Who are they working for?
Yes, who is off to the side? Did anyone not get hurt? Etc. Etc.
The only people who didn't get hurt were the two old folks, basically. They're in their 60s, and Lady Smithy.
Hi, where were you this whole time?
Well, I was in my
Darling.
quarters. I was in my quarters with Bernie and Albert as the attack happened. I know how to swing a sword. I am no warrior.
You can swing a sword, all right. I mean,
You dirty old dwarf, you.
Well, if they don't attack us tonight, we'll have some time. And she kind of waits at you.
God, keep it in your pants.
Sorry, I knew I came back for a reason.
That peg leg is just tapping. You know.
Well, I don't believe Captain Badoo was in a terrible hurry to have whatever it was that he needed found. So at least until the reinforcements arrive under the command of Rosie Cuswell.
What was that sound?
I think somebody's phone went off.
It sounded like
Yeah, so a few days go by since it sounds like you're going to be here for a little bit of time.
Captain, I need to go investigate something real quick.
All right, do your thing.
I thought he was talking gameplay terms.
Do kind of go by, and everybody is still on edge. This is about a week after the initial attack. The evening rolls around, and it's probably 1, 2 in the morning. Cloudless, full moon. When Gears, give me a perception check.
Indeed. Perception. Oh, let's Dubloon that.
Ooh.
Let's Dubloon that.
Okay, 21. You are, you tend to be the one who takes the middle shifts for whatever,
Only need
reason
3
you're-
hours of rest.
Exactly. And you're doing some sort of patrol on the top of Tidewater Rock. You look out past the bay and you do see a figure, just kind of a silhouette of a ship, black sails, sort of slowly in the shadows of the moon, seem to kind of be slowly making its way into the bay. And that is where we will call today's episode.
Dun, dun, dun. Sounds fun.
The Black Pearl.
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner.
Emma blank. What did I miss?
You missed the end of our session.
Yes,
Johnny Depp's here.
A few nights later, Gears, being probably one of the few who's up in the middle of the night, notices a black-sailed ship slowly creeping its way into the bay, using kind of the shadow of the moonlight to hide itself.
Think they're clever.
It's a time to kill.
And that is where we will end. We'll end on that cliffhanger.
Nice.
Jolly
good.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, that was good, guys. Next time will be combat, so be ready for that. And let's go around the deck here and let everybody know who's watching, where you can be found, what you got going on. Tag the person after you, leaving me for last. And we'll start with JT.
Well. Tomorrow is nothing. Thursday is nothing. Friday, we have Death May Die on Moonskull Channel. Not the fun game. Be there or be square. And then Kaiju Watch after that on my channel. And then Sunday on my channel, Riffs, which is always awesome. 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Check it out. Savage Talk YouTube. Please go join the YouTube. Like and subscribe. Need to get to 500. We're like 70 something away. We're getting there. We all don't have these MegaReacts numbers with 8 billion followers, even though he's a crazy person. I don't
Good
know.
job, Mega.
Yes.
32% female.
Whoa!
Proud of that number.
You know, you need to start being like the captain and saying, instead of saying I have a girlfriend, say I have a wife.
How y'all doing? Come for the good.
Hey, you gotta figure out how to get all them over to this
Yeah,
channel and
over
the
here.
other
No,
channel.
he won't share. Trust me, I've already tried. He's very greedy. Also, speaking of Mega, check out the werewolf game that he's going to run on my channel very soon. We still have auditions. You know, if anybody's interested in this
Auditions
group,
until the 1st. So
you
get
don't
in
have
there.
to
Audition.
You know,
Game will
Sunday
start
night
character creation on what, the 9th, I believe?
I don't know. You asked
like
the
that.
wrong guy. I'm not paying attention. That's your job. I just promote.
9th character creation stream.
9th. There you go. 2 weeks or 3 weeks. How many weeks?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Some weeks.
Nobody's auditioning, you bunch of bastards.
A couple people did, but not enough.
Couple. We have enough to run with 5 people right now, so that's what.
Yeah. So that's all that matters. Anyway, I will. Do I pass it or do you? I don't remember how we do it here.
You pass.
You can pass it.
I'm gonna pass it to the dog because he licks his own balls.
As someone who licks my own balls, I am not as flexible as JT. All right, so you can find me on my channel, the BigglesMets channel. I talk anime, I play video games, I sometimes talk about tabletop, I sometimes open trading cards. I do a whole bunch of stuff.
Kind of trading cards.
Like Union Arena Demon Slayer trading cards. Or sometimes I do Pokemon cards. Usually Digimon cards, because that's the more fun trading card game. Sometimes I'll buy like a Dragon Ball Super Pack, open those. So I have a bunch of them. And then who knows what my schedule is going to be like, because I'm doing all this packing and randomly people are going to be in my house all the time. So I have to leave. So I can't always stream. So who knows? I might even have to do some of these streams from my phone inside my car or outside in the backyard or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. How's the what?
Fudge business.
The fudge business. I guess it's not as good as yours, but hey, I'll try. And I'm going to pass it to the captain.
Don't pass it to me after that.
Yeah, thank you for that. Obviously, you can find me here on Tuesdays, Moonskull, Monday, Wednesday, and soon to be Friday for Strange Aeons over there. Also, please do, if you haven't already, go and check out Fear of Ages Past. We premiere those on Friday afternoons now, and we just drop them as videos. So you can scrub through it, or you can watch the whole thing, which we always prefer. Yep, Lord of the Rings. If you like Lord of the Rings, you'll like that. So go and check that out. I think that's everything just about. I'm finishing up a project challenge with Tabitha this coming Saturday. That'll be the last streamed session that I have to work on that map for Saturday morning map making. So go ahead and check in on that. And yeah, I will pass it on over to No, Mega needs to go. Mega's turn.
Mega needs to go. You're forgetting Mega. MegaReacts here. Hello. Good to have you. Glad you're here with us. You can catch me here, obviously, Tuesday nights. Gears the Goblin. Sundays on JT's channel, playing Lucien Lazar, the Mind Melter Extraordinaire. Also, soon to be running a werewolf game on JT's channel as well. So check us out there. You can also check out my channel, MegaReacts on YouTube. Also, Mega's Lore channel and Mega's Music Creations. I got a few different channels on YouTube. Also, Patreon, unedited reactions. Shoot me $8 a month. You can watch all my videos for free. Got like 1,200 videos, 1,300, maybe more. I got a shit ton of videos. Check me out, or don't. It's up to you. Throw it to JT.
I went already, man.
You went
JJ,
first.
JJ.
All right. Well,
All right.
thank you. And
Thanks
yeah,
are
thank
hard.
you everybody for being here. We enjoy running this game. Next week should be good. This combat is going to be multifaceted. There's going to be a lot of things happening, so this will be a lot of fun. And yes, watch Fear of Ages Past. That is great. Hang out with Moss on those Saturdays. I had a question for you, Moss. Are you and Tabitha going to do like a reveal stream together at one point? Because you're like not watching what each other is doing, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we're gonna do
Definitely.
we're gonna film something together on. I think she's gonna make a video about it and put it on her channel. But yeah, we're gonna make a
Cool.
video on What is this coming Sunday? Is it the 2nd? Yeah,
Nice.
I think whatever day the 2nd is.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Make sure we get our link tree or even just the YouTube
Oh yeah,
in
absolutely.
there on the description, But yeah, awesome. If you follow both of them, make sure to watch that because I think that'll be pretty cool. I popped into a couple of Tabitha's streams. I think as she was doing stuff for your guys' little challenge. So that'll be pretty cool to see how all that came to fruition. Other than that, we are working on getting the Patreon a little bit more up to date and getting some of these maps that Moss has been so diligently working on up there. So we'll have a couple start doing some paid stuff to get some maps and some other things from us here. But yeah, just leave a comment. One thing is remember to like this show for sure on YouTube and leave a comment after the stream ends. That way we can help our algorithm. And then replay crew, we love you. We'll see you guys here within the next day or two as you guys start showing up to watch the show. But yeah, other than that, we will catch you guys next week. Yeah, look at Mega's weird art thing that he just put up at the camera. But other than that, we will see you guys later and have a great night, guys.
Pull up.
Bye, everyone.
Hasta la pista. Biggles died.
I did not die. I just shut off the OBS.
Oh wait, it's my it's my job to switch us over. I'm like sitting here
Oh
waiting.
my goodness.
You son of a bitch. I didn't take my
No.